Hey there, my violence-loving buddies. This is DePassion, also known as Mikkel. Welcome to my final part of my review for No More Heroes and wish list for No More Heroes 3. I hope you enjoyed this journey so far and are all up to speed. Do check out the previous parts if not. Now, let's do this. We only get to enjoy the rampage up to Let's Shake, and it's in a narrow tunnel. We have a mysterious figure guide us up the right way, which is handy, and enemies don't flinch against beam katana attacks and some beat attacks. Great. These types of enemies sort of cheapen the combat, not expanding the gameplay, just extending it. Their beam katana projectiles are a nice plus in this tunnel though. Visually, it sort of feels like you're in a void or some sort of limbo. A transition point for Travis and the player, since things can only get more bizarre from here. This corridor is not kind to the camera when it comes to suplexes, which is a shame. Honestly, I would actually like some missions that don't directly lead to a boss fight. Really screams, let's shake things up.
Let's see what you're made of, country boy.
Snoozing and playing a game within a game is as grand as Glastonbury is powerful. I haven't played many top-down shooter spacey mecha games like this, but it was a great break from the beam katana brawls. Travis got to sleep, and more unexpected moments like this would be greatly appreciated. Fighting Harvey as a simple country boy was as dazzling as his outfit gave off. Dove swooping out along with a minigame that goes off once the spotlight hits you was an interesting change too. Dangerous but dazzling is this boss fight. Harvey was stylish, he had good combos, and flipping the screen made it a boss fight to remember. Oddly, I don't see many people talk about this one. I think because of Harvey's teleport, it brings back Holly Summer vibes of chasing down your target. The arena is slightly smaller and more rectangular, and Harvey does not mix things up too much. A great one-on-one fight. I would like just to carry all of Harvey's mechanics over, maybe mix his tool set together and have a combo string that results in flipping the camera upside down, or his spin attack transitions to a teleport and you have to dark step to catch him out. I'd make the trap sequence a little shorter too if Harvey's mechanics were to appear in future installments.
Fuck you, you little prick.
Fighting to get on a bus only to fight on the bus felt like a cheesy action film, and I love that. I assumed fighting in a narrow aisle would be even easier, but with such limited movement and fixed perspective, distance management quickly became an issue. Oddly overwhelming, but beats the standard bus ride. The boss fight for Speedbuster, well, you navigate door to door, taking cover from a giant chicken cannon, and a dick joke I finally caught on during this playthrough. Making your way up is simple and can only get frustrating if you don't knock these goons before they knock you into the line of fire. Button mashing to withstand the blast was cool, but that is the most interaction you get with Speedbuster. Once you hit the telephone pole, the match is as good as over. And since you are so far into the game, it is really just another stage with a no-go zone in the middle of the arena. By far the largest boss arena and the least traditional fight. The threat levels for me goes chicken cannon, doors, enemies. Looking over what this boss fight offers is a bit disappointing on paper, but great to experience because near misses are fun. Only thing I would bring over is the cannon and the arena. I think fighting a boss you'd have to duel through multiple rooms and avoid a no-go zone would be much more exciting. If Speedbuster had a teleport and time to time smacked you with a handbag, then retreated, would be a much more interactive boss fight, all making the enemies completely unique for such a segment. Who knows, I'm a little stumped on this one. But bringing in a big cock to a fight never hurt anyone. God's sake.
You think you're bad, don't ya?
This rampage was another gear that I didn't think the game could shift into. We finally got to see the Spelltiger on enemies. You run over the baseball hooligans and keep moving. If you slow down, you get hit a lot, and Travis will have to do the rest of the stage on foot. It's the same arena used by Dr. Peace, and it really shows, since you got to go the distance. Travis is sluggish, and there are a lot of waves that your motorcycle could handle quickly. Travis can too, just at his own pace, and this can feel like forever. If the spawn points for hooligans was shifted closer to Travis, then I would gladly battle on foot. This stage does ask you to use the motorcycle in a way that has never been asked of you before. Actually, driving to hit small targets in a large space, turn tightly and keep up a good speed is asking quite a bit. I do wish this came up earlier a couple times as a mini game or a K entertainment mission. Still, this stage is a lot of fun and another new perspective with a gameplay element that crosses over into the combat in an okay way. Fighting Bad Girl is a lot of fun and I believe one of the most memorable fights for most fans. She has many different options for close and long range, from a baseball bat setting on fire for a ring of fire attack, launching cloned goons at you. You can answer to this peculiar projectile and launch them back at Bad Girl. And fighting goons with the boss not too far behind is pretty cool as well, forcing you to change tactics and brawl your way through. Bad Girl even has an instant kill move that sets off like a trap, painful for those who don't pay attention. This boss fight is a favourite part of mine for the subtle phases it has. Bad Girl might retreat to pull off a different attack, or just stroll around before going into the battle once again. Sort of gives off a patience an assassin would actually need. Truly batty, truly bad, and that's why I like this boss fight. I would bring all the mechanics over into the future No More Heroes installments. Only thing I would tweak is Bad Girl attempting to attack while her goons are fighting you. Or maybe barging into a goon, which can cause a pile-up and cause a minigame of Travis trying to defend himself while on the floor. A fantastic fight that sticks with me from beginning to end.
Welcome to my
Whoops, I mean... Oh man, that was bad.
And that's why you became an assassin. To kill me.
The rampage up to the rank 1 fight was a ride to remember. Reminded me a little of Match Rider, only for the obstacles. You get to knock enemies off their bikes despite them finally starting to enjoy the open road. It's a long, hard road that can only have you tumbling to flip back onto your bike in a pretty badass way. Later on, Travis has to get a load of this forest and its fallen trees, then get a load of this mysterious laser that fires down the road. All these aspects to this rampage are brand new and sort of create a fake difficulty spike. Not testing skills that have been called upon several times, just suddenly required in quick succession, such as bike jumps, knocking other bikes, and being mindful of a giant laser while on wheels. This is my favourite part of the whole road run.
We boost our Asphaltiger and leap over the bridge.
We tumble into the forest that has Thunder Ryu as our spirit guide. He's not around for long, so make sure you meet him at every crossroad. We get our unflinching troops of a hell load of health, so hammer away and hope you get the suplex you want. It is good if you have consistently been making Travis stronger, but a pain if you have not. Slowing the game down pretty quickly. Still a good chance to cut loose and we finally reach a set of gates that kinda look like paradise. Fighting Jean is quick, slippy, and dark stepping around you like the twisted dragon that keeps us closed off from the wastelands is terrifying. Having an arena that progressively gets smaller with a close ranged assassin is amazing. Really bringing up the tension as more attacks are introduced as well. Jean is hard to hit, but a few well-placed charged attacks change that. This boss fight really spikes in the evasive category, and with only one tool that guarantees damage getting through, it is hard to not use it. A refreshing attack was Jean's dash-in strikes, and actually not being able to suplex was a great plus that brought up the tension in this fight. Truly a master of the deadly craft, a true assassin, the young dragon, Jean. I would love to see Jean's mechanics return, maybe even dialed down for goons to pull off some of her more outrageous dark steps and long-range strikes. A mixed martial artist assassin would be welcomed with my beam katana at the ready. Only time will tell if those mechanics make a grand return in No More Heroes 3.
Brother, please don't kill me.
No.
Shall we get this over with? And don't hate me if I play a tad dirty.
Now for Sir Henry, a true beam katana duel with no phases. Just different tools for different ranges. All are represented back to back. We got no gimmicks coming out of here, except for the insta-kill move further on in the fight. Judging the right distance and angle to be safe from this can be very hard and discouraging too. Henry is a best boy through and through, with projectiles, a long combo string, slow and fast attacks that are complemented with a lot of health. You need to be patient with Henry, otherwise he'll destroy you if you go off the fixed rhythm that this fight asks of you. I do wish there was a bit more freeform to this fight, with more than just a handful of opportunities to attack Henry. but I think that would not reflect the prim and proper manner of a guy who criticizes your swordsmanship mid-fight. Truly a handsome foil before the true ending of the game, but I would like to see a deflect option to his projectiles. That would keep the interactivity of the fight going at a long distance. I would love to bring over Henry with all that he can do. Maybe remove some of the travel distance to his instant kill option, and if possible, see his version of the dark side modes. That could bring in the different boss phase elements in a unique way, and gives a player a scope to see Travis and Henry through while playing the game instead of simply watching their shared cutscenes.
That's right. All we can do is keep running.
Then let's find that exit they call paradise. Let's go!
Whew! And that is all the bosses for No More Heroes. My wish list was a bit longer than expected. Having different features of boss fights return in another form is something I would love to see in No More Heroes 3. But to simplify the whole wish list, interactive boss fights are king, a variety of goons that ask for different strategies rather than just wait till they attack or reload is another wish. Using the motorcycle and supporting characters more throughout the gameplay and story would be greatly appreciated. Adding a retry button to K Entertainment, free fights and side jobs. Destructible environments. Dark side modes and boss fights, but the assassins have their own answers to such trances. Enemies being a part of assassins fights, the boss adds something to them. Seeing Diane at all. Checking out Travis's merch, like zooming in or checking out the 3D models. More to do in the open world. It could be a plucky young assassin wanting to take Travis's rank, or a more dynamic city, one that changes as Travis does what he can as a hero. Being able to change beam katanas during missions, a bit more story time of Travis. Have a camera kinda to suplexes. A tutorial system or combo sheet that shows us what attacks lead to which wrestling move. More beat attack options, a better lock-on system. More options in boss fights to give a more freeform factor rather than one sole way to beat them. A language option for Japanese voices. And keep the weirdness and style that is No More Heroes. My biggest final wish, adding a dark side mode that brings the best out of the suplex mechanics. My fan-made name for this mode is Raspberry Chocolate Fudge Cake. Behaving like Anarchy in the Galaxy, Cherry, and Strawberry on the Shortcake. Travis releases a shockwave which stuns all enemies on screen. He gets a speed boost for a limited time, and only lethal suplexes become available. I can dream that suplexes can only get more brutal too, but this wish is the peak of that. Overall, I believe this is the game a lot of fans would refer to when describing No More Heroes, as well as the foundation they hope No More Heroes 3 is built upon. For now, all we can do is revisit these circles of hell, look for what Thunder Ryu's that really is, savor the certainty of death, and find our own slice of paradise in the near future. But until then, this has been DePassion, also known as Mikkel. See you on the next journey. Take care.